In 2019, a man named Simon Leviev tricked dozens of women across Europe into sending him over $10 million. He was not a computer hacker. He didn't fake any paperwork. He didn't even lie. Not really. What he did was much more clever than that. He changed the way his victims thought. And here is the part that should really bother you. Every single mind trick he used is already being used on you. Right now, every single day. Today, we are going inside the con artist playbook. Not just to keep you safe from them, but to protect you from the part of yourself they are built to take advantage of. Before we go any further, let us make sure we are on the same page about what a con artist actually is. The word con is short for confidence. A con artist is someone who earns your trust, your confidence on purpose, just so they can use it against you. They are not pickpockets who grab your wallet and run. They don't break into your house. They don't use guns or threats. Instead, they use something far more powerful, your own mind. They talk to you, they listen to you, they make you feel special, safe, and understood. And then, once you trust them completely, they take what they want. It could be your money, your time, your loyalty, even your sense of reality. The scariest part, most victims don't even realize what happened until it is too late. Some never realize it at all. Now let's look at why that happens. Here is the first thing most people get completely wrong about con artists. They think the victim must be simple, not very educated, easy to fool. But a study published in the Journal of Financial Fraud found that fraud victims are on average more knowledgeable about money than people who were never targeted. Another large study found that con artists actually look for people who think they are hard to trick. Why? Because when you believe you can't be fooled, you stop looking for the trick. Here is the uncomfortable truth. All of our brains, yours, mine, every person watching this, run on mental shortcuts. These shortcuts help us move through life quickly without thinking too hard about everything. But those same shortcuts were built for a very different world. A world where you could only trust people you had known for years. A world where someone in charge was almost always trustworthy. A world where feeling rushed meant there was a real danger nearby. Con artists don't take advantage of your weaknesses. They take advantage of your strengths, the very things that make you a good functioning human being, and they flip them against you. Let's break down exactly how. Before a con artist takes anything from you, they give you things, lots of things. They remember small details about your life. They respond to your messages immediately. They laugh at your jokes. They make you feel like the most important person in the room. This is called rapport bombing, building a close connection with you extremely fast and on purpose. There is a well-known rule in human psychology called reciprocity. It simply means when someone does something nice for us, we feel a strong need to do something nice back. This is not being polite. It is wired deep into our brains as a survival tool. Communities worked because people helped each other. Con artists use this against you. They load you up with kindness so that when they finally ask for something, your brain is not asking, should I do this? It is asking, how do I pay them back? When we are not sure about something, we look around to see what other people are doing and we copy them. This is a very natural human behavior. It is called following the crowd, and for most of the history, it kept us safe. Con artists know this deeply, so they create fake proof that others already trust them. They draw big names. They show photos with important people. They share screenshots of other customers who are happy and winning. Simon Leviev showed his victims photos of private jets, personal bodyguards, and fancy business meetings. Not to show off, but to make your brain think, other smart people trust this man. I must be safe. Your brain made that conclusion in a fraction of a second. You didn't even notice it happening. Researchers have found something very interesting about the human brain. We feel the pain of losing something about twice as strongly as we feel the joy of gaining the same thing. In simple terms, losing $10 hurts more than finding $10 feels good. Con artists use this all the time. This offer ends tonight. I have other people interested. I am only sharing this with people I really trust. The moment you feel like you might miss out, something changes in your brain. The part that thinks slowly and carefully starts to go quiet. The part that reacts fast and emotionally takes over. And that part does not ask, is this real? It asks, can I afford to lose this? That question, that fear is the entire trick. In 1963, a psychologist named Stanley Milgram ran one of the most famous and disturbing experiments in history. Ordinary people were told by a man in lab coat to press a button that they believed would give painful electric shocks to a stranger. Most of them did it. Not because they were bad people, but because a person who looked like an authority figure told them to do so. We are all wired to follow people who seem to know what they are doing. It saves us time and mental energy. Con artists don't need real authority. They just need to look like they have it. The right words, the right title, the right clothes, the right office. A man named Frank Abagnale once pretended to be an airline pilot for years, flying on free flights, staying in fancy hotels, being trusted everywhere he went. He had never once trained to fly a plane. He just wore the uniform. Here is something important about how your brain works. When you are feeling a very strong emotion, excitement, fear, love, or panic, the part of your brain responsible for careful, logical thinking becomes less active. In simple terms, strong feelings make it harder to think clearly. Con artists know this. They don't just wait for emotions to happen, they create them. Romance scammers makes you fall in love, not by accident but as a planned strategy. Investment scammers show you fake early wins to make you feel thrilled and greedy. Phone scammers pretend your grandchild is in danger, so you are too panicked to think straight. The strong emotion is not just the background to the trick. The strong emotion is the trick. Once you are flooded with feelings, your guard goes down, and they walked right through it. The last trick is perhaps the most clever of all, because it uses your own choices against you. Here is something our brains do naturally. Once we have put time, money, or effort into something, we find it really hard to walk away, even when things start going wrong. We think, I have already come this far, I can't stop now. This is called the sunk cost trap, and con artists are experts at using it. They start small, a small investment first, then a small favor, then a small secret just between you two. Each little step makes it harder to leave, because leaving now would mean admitting that all the earlier steps were a mistake. And most of us really don't want to admit we were wrong, so we keep going. This is why many con victims actually put in more money when warning signs start appearing. It is not because they are foolish. It is because their brain is doing exactly what human brains are built to do, and someone is taking advantage of it. When you understand how a con works, you understand your own mind more clearly. You start to notice when the feeling of owing someone is making a decision for you. You start to catch fear of missing out is shutting down your thinking. And you start to ask, am I reacting to the facts or to the emotion around the facts? The ability to step back and watch your own thinking, psychologists call it metacognition, which just means thinking about your own thinking. And it is the single most powerful protection you have. Not distrust, not suspicion, not closing yourself off from people, just awareness. So how do you actually build that awareness in everyday life? Here are 3 simple habits backed by research. Number 1. Always give yourself more time before big decisions. Real opportunities can wait. Con artists need you to decide right now. If someone is pushing you to decide quickly, that alert alone is a warning sign. Give yourself at least 24 to 48 hours and see if the pressure disappears. Number 2. Separate how you feel about the person from the deal they are offering. Con artists work hard to make you like them before they ask for anything. So try this. Imagine a complete stranger just proposed the exact same thing. Would you still say yes? Strip away the warmth. Look at the offer on its own. Number 3. Name the emotion you are feeling before you act on it. Research from UCLA found that by simply saying to yourself, I feel excited right now, or I feel rushed, actually shuts emotional part of your brain and turns the thinking part back on. You don't have to stop feeling things. Just name the feelings first, then decide. Okay, before you go, I want to ask you something. Think of a time, maybe a sales pitch, a relationship, a negotiation, where looking back now, you can see that one of these 6 tricks was being used on you. It does not have to be a big dramatic scam. Small everyday moments count. Share it in the comments below. Here is why this actually matters beyond just telling a story. When you write out a situation where your mind was manipulated, you are helping your brain recognize that pattern faster in the future. You are literally making yourself harder to fool. So use the comment section as a practice exercise. I read every single comment and I would genuinely love to hear from you. If you enjoy going deep into how the mind really works, not just the surface level stuff, but the real, raw, sometimes uncomfortable truth about why we think and behave the way we do, then this channel is for you. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because next week we are going even deeper. We are looking at the psychology of cults and how the exact same tricks used to recruit people into cults are being used right now in advertising, politics, and everyday relationships. If you are thinking, I could never fall for a cult, that video is made especially for you. Stay curious, stay aware, and I will see you in the next one.